Under the calm glow of the European sun, where green farmlands stretch endlessly across the horizon, an invisible war is being fought. It's not a war between nations or people, but between man and nature. In the quiet countryside of Germany, when the day ends and the world goes to sleep, something stirs in the dark. From the dense forests emerge thousands of wild boars, muscular, cunning, and unstoppable. Under the moonlight, they march into open fields like a silent army. By dawn, what was once a field of golden corn or soft wheat is left in ruins. Roots torn up, soil overturned, crops devoured. For the farmers who depend on these lands, every sunrise brings the same sinking feeling another night, another battlefield lost. These wild boars aren't just an inconvenience. They've become one of Europe's most expensive ecological challenges. According to agricultural experts, wild boars cause up to 100 million euros in damages every single year in Germany alone. Cornfields, potato patches, and wheat farms have turned into feeding grounds for a species that refuses to be controlled. Farmers have tried everything: electric fences, traps, repellents, but these animals are far too clever. They adapt faster than humans can react. When a fence goes up, they dig under it. When a trap is set, they avoid it entirely. And when hunters take them down, new ones seem to appear overnight. What makes these creatures even more fascinating is their intelligence. Wild boars live in groups called sounders, usually led by a dominant female who remembers every inch of the landscape. She knows where danger hides, where food can be found, and how to outsmart human efforts. These are not random wanderers. They are organized, strategic survivors. Over time, they've learned to read patterns in human behavior. Farmers say they can sense when it's safe to approach and when to stay hidden. It's a chess match played under the stars, and the boars are winning to fight back. German hunters have stepped into a role that's part tradition, part necessity. Hunting in Germany isn't just a pastime, it's a vital part of wildlife management. When night falls, skilled hunters, equipped with thermal scopes and night vision gear, take their positions across forests and fields. Each movement is deliberate. Every shot fired isn't for sport, but for survival, an effort to protect farms, ecosystems, and even human lives. Because while wild boars may seem like simple animals, they are incredibly dangerous when provoked. A full-grown adult can weigh more than 200 pounds. Powerful enough to crush fences or injure a person within seconds. Veteran hunters tell stories of heart-pounding encounters, moments when a wounded boar turns and charges through the darkness. There's no time to think, only to act. One mistake, and the hunter becomes the hunted. These experiences are a reminder that the job is not just about control, it's about respect. Each animal taken down represents not victory, but balance restored. Because for every one removed, many more are being born. And that's the real problem. Wild boars reproduce at an astonishing rate. A single sow can give birth to as many as 10 piglets twice a year. With mild European winters and an abundance of food from farms, their population explodes faster than nature can handle. Even with thousands being hunted annually, their numbers barely decline. In some regions, they've even pushed into suburban areas raiding gardens, rummaging through garbage, and scaring residents in the middle of the night. Videos shared online show these fearless animals crossing highways and storming city parks. What was once a rural problem has now reached the doorsteps of ordinary citizens. Behind the front lines, scientists and wildlife authorities are working tirelessly to find new ways to manage the crisis. It's not just about killing more boars, it's about understanding them. Teams monitor populations, track breeding patterns, and test new strategies like controlled feeding bans or sterilization programs. Some areas are experimenting with seasonal hunting schedules that align with breeding cycles, hoping to slow population growth without wiping the species out entirely. Because despite the chaos they cause, wild boars are still part of Europe's natural heritage. They've roamed these forests for centuries, long before fences or tractors existed. The real challenge is finding harmony between protecting nature and preserving livelihoods. German farmers understand that completely wiping out the species isn't the goal. What they want is balance, a way for humans and wildlife to coexist without constant destruction. But that balance is fragile, and the cost of maintaining it grows each year. Many farmers now work side by side with hunters and ecologists, creating a network of cooperation that blends ancient tradition with modern technology. Drones, tracking sensors, and heat detection cameras have become new tools in an old battle. Still, for all the science and strategy, this remains a deeply human story. The fear of walking out in the morning and seeing a year's worth of work destroyed overnight. The frustration of fixing fences again and again. The quiet pride of those who stand guard at night, knowing they're protecting not just crops but a way of life. For rural communities, this fight isn't abstract, it's personal. It's about defending home. So the next time you picture the peaceful German countryside, the rolling hills, the quiet villages, the endless fields of green, remember that beneath that serenity lies a hidden war. A nightly struggle between man and beast, intelligence and instinct, survival and coexistence. It's a reminder that nature, no matter how tamed we believe it to be, still has its wild heart. And every night, under the European moonlight, that heart beats fiercely echoing through the forests, across the fields, and into the lives of those who call this land home.
If you'll enjoy this video, please like and subscribe my channel for more information.